Hey everyone, this is Melissa, and I'm the talkative introvert. But how to spot an INTJ? I think that's the most popular one. And I do get a lot of people like that one because they're like, oh my God, I so relate. You guys are just like me. Oh my God,
That's the thing about INTJs though. Once they find others, they're like flock.
Yeah. Because we're supposed to be rare, but there's a lot of people who are INTJs because
Yeah,
they'll be like, I didn't know there's other people like you. Oh my God, and I get that like so many
yeah.
times for that episode. I'm like, there's more of us than you think.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I think it's just because we're so like in our heads all the time. They don't realize that there are other people who do these like weird things that we do.
I also learned through social media, like TikTok and Reels and whatever, people are not unique. We are not special in any
No,
way. We're so similar.
we are. It makes me want to like study behavioral sciences and stuff like that. It's very interesting.
I mean, there's a finite number of different sequences, our DNA can have. So
Mm-hmm.
it does make sense that we're not unique, that there's other people who look like us and act like
Mm-hmm.
us. So I get that.
Yeah, we were actually talking about this kind of because we were in my research class because obviously I deal a lot with DNA. So we were talking about the human genome and how, it was sequenced and they started it back in 2003 as a whole thing. And
Hmm.
it took years to sequence or either started in 2003 or they finished in 2003. I can't remember. But I like thinking about it, like, wait, how did they sequence? Like, they sequenced the human genome, but they had to get that DNA from just one person. But does that mean that's like the same as everybody's DNA? Like, how do you know that it's the same? And my professor was basically like, it's not like the genome that was sequenced was just one person,
Hmm.
but there are so many things that are similar that we just go off of that, like the 23andMe and those kinds of things. They use that human genome as like a template kind of, and kind of base their sequences, like each individual person sequences off of that one. There's a lot that goes into it. It's very interesting, but a lot of science and a lot of it that I don't 100% understand yet.
Yeah, it's weird. I definitely do like the soft sciences, so like human behavior and why we all act the same. Like, I don't know, do you get the couples, like different couples TikToks or Reels, and you always think like,
Mm-hmm.
oh my God, like they do that too?
Yeah.
We're not the only ones.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
Some like really specific things sometimes too.
Hmm. There's the one, I don't know if you do this, but like, so Brandon and I both emit a lot of heat. We're just very
Yeah.
hot
Yeah. You
people,
guys are
temperature
very,
wise.
yes.
And, but I don't like not knowing that he's there. And so like I'll touch my feet to his feet, or like I'll put like a hand like on his chest or something, on his
I do that
face,
too.
just to make sure. And then I don't know, this is weird too, but like sometimes if Brandon's too quiet, I'll check if he's breathing. Just like, huh. But then I find out other people do that too. It's totally normal.
I have to check the breathing thing because Fabian, not that he's loud, but he's loud enough. But I
Yeah.
do the same thing. I always feel like I have to have like some part of me touching him.
Yeah. I don't know what it is. I just have to.
Yeah.
Which is probably really bad for my back because I'm like arching. Because I like
Trying to get your
facing
feet
the other way.
touched.
Yeah. And we do sleep on a king size bed. So it's a little, we like to be in our, at
Your
the
size.
edge. Mm-hmm.
Is your bed like made of two twins or is it one mattress?
It's one mattress.
Oh, ours is two twins,
Oh.
which is kind of nice because like the beds raise and lower.
Oh, you got one of those like Tempur-Pedic
Yeah,
things? Okay.
which has been nice for pregnancy. Very, very nice. But it is kind of annoying sometimes because there is that like gap kind of in the middle.
Yeah. I was wondering how that
And I
works.
do end up in it because of the dogs.
Oh, yeah.
So it still feels like we are sleeping in a queen size bed.
We got 3 dogs too.
Yeah, they're
Do
a
they
lot.
all sleep on the bed?
Yeah. Well, it's weird. There's always at least two on the bed. Ripley picks and chooses when he wants to be on the bed. June kind of does too. Maggie's always on the bed. But
She's the
Ripley,
baby.
Ripley has his routine where he doesn't start out laying on the bed, but he comes up like in the middle of the night or early in the morning.
He's his
Yeah,
own thing.
yeah, he does. He's not a dog. I'm convinced he's not a dog. He's at most a cat.
Yeah, he's more like a cat than a dog.
Yeah, it's very strange.
Anyway, so that was a kind of a long intro, but in case people don't know, I'm joined by Leah, who is my sister-in-law, and we talked about earlier, but she's guest on How to Spot an INTJ episode, which is like my most popular episode to date. It used to be introvert dating with Mia.
Oh, that's an interesting. Yeah, that was an interesting one.
Yeah, just because like dating is weird and I don't understand it. So,
Yeah.
and people like that one. But yeah, you beat her because INTJs love
Wow.
to listen about
Woohoo!
themselves. Woo.
They really do, though.
They really do.
I
Like
guess
it's
we really do.
yeah, I guess I should say we. Anyway, so today is a Halloween episode, which is our
Ooh.
favorite holiday.
Yes, 100%. It's the best
Mhm.
holiday of the year.
It really is. I like everything about it. Like I like that it's in the
Mm-hmm.
fall. I like that it's
Mm-hmm.
a an obligatory, like you don't have to be somewhere if you don't want to be somewhere. And then I like the
That's
whole
true.
spooky season aspect of it too.
Yeah, it's just warm and cozy and inviting, but not stressful.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like I feel like it has a lot of the same feelings as like Christmas and Thanksgiving-ish, like that holiday feeling.
Yeah, it's
But
like the start of the holiday. It's like holiday kickoff.
yeah, but no stress.
Yeah, because you could still decorate. You know, you
Mm-hmm.
could still do like the pumpkins and the lights and all that stuff, all the fun stuff from Christmas, but without the obligation of going to a family member's
To
house.
family.
Yeah.
True. True. Very true. You don't have to split like if you're married and you have two families you have to go to, stuff like that. You don't have to worry about any of that. Really.
Yeah. And it's like, well, I'm trying to think. Oh, it's mostly like fun parties too. Like if you do
Yeah.
decide to go out, either trick or treating, which I mean,
Mm-hmm.
too old for now, but
Yeah. But as a kid.
yeah. I mean, I still trick or treated till high school, like all throughout high
Yeah.
school.
I think I did. I can't remember the last time. I definitely did in middle school. I don't know if I ever did in high school.
You didn't do
Mostly
any Halloween
because
stuff?
I can't I can't remember. You know, strict Asian parents.
Yeah.
If I did anything, it was probably with the cousins and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I can't remember though.
I know there's pictures of like, I don't know if it's all of you guys, but I know Casey and Patrick have a picture from high school.
Yeah.
Because didn't they
Oh, I
do like the
know.
sumo suit thing?
Yeah, I know I remember that. I know we did. I went to a party with you once. Remember, but
Oh,
we ended up like being really late and the
yeah.
party was like over.
Yeah. It wasn't a good party.
So we
Oh,
really didn't actually go to a party.
it was like the one party where everyone went home early for some reason. Cause like,
I think we got there, what, like 10 o'clock or something?
yeah. But that's
Expecting
usually
it
when
to just
people
be
go.
starting. Yeah.
So I'm like
The
so
whole time we were
confused.
getting ready, we were like, oh, it's all right. It's Halloween night. Like,
Yeah.
everyone's gonna be out forever.
Terrible. No. It was at my friend Mia's, but it was her dad's place. Usually the parties at her mom's. But I think her
Mm.
mom was like out of town that weekend or something. And so her dad let her, but the difference from like her mom and her dad is that her mom's like super chill, doesn't care, like she's that mom that would rather, they
You
like
drink in her presence.
yeah, than like go out and like do drugs and be
Yeah,
in some sketchy area. She was that house.
yeah.
But I don't know that reason or that year for some reason it was at her dad's, and then I guess it wasn't fun over there, so everyone left. And that was like the one time I actually invited you guys to a party,
I know.
and I
I was
hyped it
so
up so
excited.
much.
I
Yeah.
was so excited. I was like, this is like an actual party. I hadn't been to very many parties yet.
Oh,
We were so dressed up too. I
oh
remember I
yeah,
was the Mad Hatter, but
yeah,
like spirit version Mad Hatter.
yeah. With your itty bitty hat, which
Yeah,
didn't make any sense. I'm like, I'm pretty sure it needs to be bigger, but okay.
yeah. And it was like a mini skirt or something like
Yeah, it was a sexy Mad Hatter.
that. I do not pull off sexy very well at all. I'm just like a nerd in this, this sexy Mad Hatter costume.
Uh, Fun times. Man, I was like, I can't wait for you guys to go. Her parties are always the best and they're so much
Yeah.
fun. But then, yeah. Oh well.
Oh, well.
It's too bad though. They don't have parties anymore. Her mom like lives out in the boonies now.
Oh, in the haunted house, right?
Yeah. I went there.
Well, that's
Nothing happened
fitting.
though. Yeah.
Oh, kind of a
But
bummer, but also not.
I mean, I didn't spend the night, so nothing really happens during the
Oh,
day.
yeah, you have to spend the night somewhere.
Yeah. I don't know about that. Cause it's like in the middle, like it's way out in the boonies. Like if you needed to go to the hospital, you'd have to get carried out by a helicopter. So I don't know how I feel about
Yeah, that's the perfect home to be haunted.
yeah. And her mom's got a bunch of like antiques and stuff
Oh
like
gosh,
passed
so she's
down
just
too.
inviting all of these spirits.
Yeah, because there's this it was like a christening like baby gown that was in a frame on their wall, and like I was like, that's creepy. What's up with the I was like telling me like what's up with the dress, like the doll dress. And she's like, oh, that's like my great grandpa's christening dress from when he got baptized because
Oh
they're
my
like
God.
Catholic. And I was
I
like,
mean,
oh,
it's not that weird that it's from the
it's
family.
like an
It would have been,
heirloom.
yeah, it would have been weird if she like picked that up at a thrift store or something.
Yeah. I'm like, no, you don't bring that. Like nothing like religious and something they wore.
Yeah. Haven't you seen The Conjuring
Like
or any horror movie?
yeah. Yeah. No. So Brandon's like going on a trip. I am very open to the spiritual world. Like I'm
Mm-hmm.
sure it's most likely real. There's
Yeah.
so many things that happen that are unexplained and whatever. But
Yeah.
like Brandon wants to bring a Ouija board to Jacob's
Oh,
place, like it's so Brandon's friend's place, and they have like a basement too, and it's an old house.
oh,
And I was
geez.
like, do not. You are just welcoming all the spirits. This is not an open
Oh God.
invitation.
No, no, yeah, yeah. Fabian won't touch a Ouija board. I had always kind of wanted to play around with one, but then it kind of freaked me out when Fabian was like, "No, I don't ever want to go near a Ouija board," and I was like, "Oh, maybe that is a bad idea."
Yeah.
So now I'm like,
Only because like Ouija boards it is just an open ticket. It's not like when you're doing like seances or whatever, you're specifically targeting a certain ghost or
yeah,
spirit. Ouija board is just like a free for all. It's
no,
like,
you don't
come
know what
on
you're gonna
in.
get with that.
Yeah. So,
Oof. I would like to make my own Ouija board, but I feel like it'd be scary to buy one. Like if you found one at a thrift store or something like that,
yeah.
that I would not take that home with me.
Yeah. Cause I feel like if you buy one, it's like it's connected to something.
Yeah, like if it's been used before, then it probably has some sort of connection to something.
Cause if you make one, when is it technically open? When is it technically like turned on? I guess.
I feel like when you use it, when you actively try to use it and contact something, for me, that's when I feel like it becomes an actual Ouija board. Like I made the Ouija board cookie
That's true.
last year for Halloween.
But it's like obviously, a cookie. Like
I
don't
did eat it.
yeah. So I don't know about that one.
So that's perfect then. Like I got the Ouija board, but then it was easy disposal. I just ate it.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't
Goes
have to worry
begone.
about it coming to haunt me again. It's in my bowels now.
It's way past that now. So why else? What else do you like about Halloween?
Mm. I've never really thought about this question, honestly. Like, I've always just loved Halloween. I guess it's because we had really, really fun Halloweens growing up. Like, we did every year, we dressed up, did the whole trick or treating, with all the
Hmm.
cousins and everything. So I think it was just like another holiday where we get to hang out with like my family and everyone that I loved. And then I just loved dressing up. Ever since I was a kid, I just loved dressing up. Even if it wasn't Halloween, I wanted to dress up all the time. Um, and that was like the excuse to actually be able to dress up.
Yeah.
Like my mom couldn't say no.
Your
And
mom went all
yeah,
out too, like in the
she did, yeah.
office and yeah.
That's probably why I got so into it also, because she was like kind of the queen of Halloween at work,
Yeah.
which is crazy because she's not super religious, but she is a religious person.
It's
And
more fun for her though. Like
yeah,
putting on the makeup, putting on like
yeah,
the different outfits. It's more of like it is plain dress up.
yeah. I think she doesn't think about like the dark side, air quotes, of Halloween. I think like she's kind of into horror movies. We did watch horror movies growing up, not like a ton, but here and there we did. Um, but yeah, she was so good. She is so good at decorating, especially for Halloween. It was so cool going to her work at the office, and she was the one that was extra and brought the fog machine
Oh,
and like
yeah.
blacked out the entire cubicles. Yeah, it's really cool. Yeah, she made her
Oh,
own like haunted houses basically at work.
yeah. Well, they also had competitions too. So people
Yeah,
would go all out.
yeah, because my mom is very competitive,
Yeah.
very competitive. Probably where it stems from. It doesn't matter what the topic is.
No. Oh my god. I miss going to the office for that stuff because people like they go crazy. They'll go like all out. Some groups even do a whole routine because they have the judges.
Really?
The judges will go into the different areas. to
Mhm.
judge to see like who wins or whatever, and some groups will legit like make it a whole experience, like when you enter into their department. Like for Christmas one year, I think it was what's that train movie with Tom
Oh,
Hanks,
oh,
the Polar Express, right?
yeah, the Christmas one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so they did a whole theme of the Polar Express, and their whole door was decked out like you're going like into a train station, and you would
Mhm.
go in, and they had train tracks, and they were like dressed up as like I think conductors or something like that.
Mhm.
It was like a whole experience, and when you walked in, it was like you're going to board the Polar Express, and they did a little like dance and stuff too.
This is at your job?
Yeah, the one where when I used to work with your mom and Michael.
Oh. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, everyone goes all out there.
Yeah. And I was like, well, they obviously won. And their whole routine and everything. That's pretty
Wow.
crazy.
I feel like everyone there is so competitive.
They are. I spent a lot of time decorating for Christmas. I probably I probably shouldn't have gone paid full time during that time because I would like be in a meeting and I'm making like fake logs with fire coming out for our fireplace
Oh my
at the
God.
same
I
time.
remember, yeah, I remember doing that when I worked in an office briefly, remember?
Hmm.
Right before I
Very
moved.
short lived.
Yeah, it was only a year long. I loved it, but then I moved. But um yeah, Austin and I would go all out for well, we would do as much as we could for like the holiday stuff. And I think for Halloween one year we dressed up as Brad and Angelina and we had those
Oh, I still
masks.
have that picture.
Yeah, and those masks look so real.
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah. You'll have to post that picture.
Yeah. I need to find it. Or just
Yeah, we
send it
could
to me if you still have it.
yeah, we couldn't get over how real those masks were. And we did like a whole I think we did like a whole like red carpet thing for it. I don't remember. And then like Christmas, I made a Christmas tree and made a fake
Yeah.
fireplace and I did the logs with the fire.
Oh, I miss it.
It was just so
I miss
fun.
it, but I don't miss it. Like I like
Yeah.
working from home.
Yeah. Don't want to give
Like,
that up.
yeah. Like I'll be it'd be cool if we got to work from home, but during the holidays we got to go in, you know?
Yeah.
Like just a week or something, like a spirit
Yeah.
week kind of thing.
A spirit week.
And then that's it. And then I don't want to see their faces again for a while.
That would be pretty fun.
Yeah.
I think I would like something like that.
It'll build morale because it's
Mm.
I don't know about your work, but we're all about like how to make this place a better place to work, how to build morale, because you have
I mean,
to.
that's pretty important.
Yeah, but sometimes I'm just like people are so emotional. Like, get over yourself, stop crying.
There's also a lot of people in one area. I feel like
Yeah,
a lot of different people.
I took the project management, internship,
Hmm.
and like maybe 80%, 90% it's all about building relationships, how to work with your peers. It was all like people
Oh
skills.
no.
And I was like, man, maybe it's the INTJ in me, but like some people need to like just not be so emotional.
That sounds absolutely miserable.
Cause it's true. People do like they take things personally, or
Hmm.
if they read an email wrong, they get all like I don't know what the proper word is, but they get all
Yeah.
like butthurt, and it's like, did you read the email
Yeah.
properly?
That's why I'm always so overly expressive when I type anything out.
Yeah. I use exclamation marks,
Yeah, I use a lot of exclamation marks. It's one thing that I hate about professional emails is that you can't say haha.
People use a lot of LOL though. They'll say,
Really?
yeah.
In
Well, it
professional emails?
depends. It depends who you're talking to. Like, I
Yeah.
don't do that for, like, obviously the director. I'm not like, LOL,
Yeah.
haha, JK. But for, like, other people, I try to use
JK.
LOL.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
I do try to spruce up my signature block. So I do a different colored font and like a different picture. Like right now it says like hello fall or something, or it's fall y'all or something like that. And it's a little pumpkin.
Oh, are you gonna do like a more Halloween specific one?
Yeah, I have a Halloween one. I forgot what the picture is. I think it's like a haunted house, and they usually change my font to like purple and orange and
Mm-hmm.
green and black, you know, the typical.
Oh, that's cool. That's festive.
We usually do something for Halloween. What did we do last? Last year we did trivia, and I'm a sucker for like doing the like the invites and stuff like that. So I did like a
Yeah.
really cool invite and instructions using like spooky font and all that.
Oh, that's fun.
And we dressed up, and everyone submitted pictures for the costume contest, and we were all on camera. And so I was like, I was a Sailor Scout. Yeah.
Oh, how cute.
Yeah. I love Halloween. Halloween's fun.
It is so much fun. There's so many things to do. So
Yeah.
many crafts.
So many crafts.
Yeah.
And like so many like nifty things too.
Mm-hmm.
But I also
Do you,
huh?
huh? Oh no, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I also just like the very spiritual, like the witchcraft and all that
Mm-hmm.
stuff. Like when I had Mia's friend come on, who's a witch, season
Oh
2.
yeah.
Check
I
it
loved
out.
that episode. That was a good episode. I think about it all the time.
It's really cool. Like I'm just so used to like Christianity. I never think about
Uh-huh.
other religions at all.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I forget that it essentially is a religion.
yeah, like it's real, you know? It's
Yeah.
not a bunch of like old ladies with like warts on their faces with a cauldron, you know? They're like actual
Yeah.
people. But yeah, I was fangirling hard when I found out that she was a witch and she was like going to be on the podcast. I was like, I have so many questions for you.
I know. It's that her parents have a shop, right?
Mhm. Yeah,
Have you been
it's
to the
like
shop
pretty
yet?
close. No, I keep forgetting about it. I keep forgetting it's there.
I don't think I've been home since that episode to be able to go.
Well, every time you're here, you're like super busy.
Yeah, because I'm always not there for very long, but
You
it's a
know,
bit of a
for
bummer.
for the both of us being extremely introverted, like super introverted, we're we are way busier than like some of our extroverted like friends and family,
Yeah.
I feel like.
Yeah, and I think that's why it always surprises people when like I tell them I actually am an introvert and I don't like I really enjoy being alone a lot. But people are always shocked by that because they're like, you're always doing something.
You are always
And
doing something.
it's not always by choice, I feel like, though. I mean, that sounds really bad. That sounds really bad. But I mean, like, a lot of it is, school and work takes up a lot of time. And then you gotta keep up with friends because I do like my friends. I do want to keep up with them. But I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I was telling Brandon that we call them friendship points because you know how like in Animal Crossing or like those different
Yeah,
games, you build up friendship points. If you don't keep up with the friendship points, they go
you lose.
away.
Yeah,
Yeah. And so that's why I'm like, sometimes we'll be like, should we go? Should we not go? And I was like, well, how's our friendship points going? You
yeah.
know, like when's the last time we saw them? When's the last time we talked to them?
Oh my
And
God. I've never like actually really thought about it that way, but at the same time I have. But I think like I try not to think of it that way because it sounds so incredibly bad.
I mean, at least I care enough to think about it.
Yeah. But that definitely goes through my head because I'm like, oh man, I haven't seen this person in a while. Like, I really should probably keep up with them more. Like, I definitely need to do something to, like, I do think of it as like video game. I think that's why I love video games like that so much.
Hmm.
Like Animal Crossing. Played The Sims a little bit. I just didn't really have access to Sims. Otherwise, I probably would have played it more. Like just anything where you have to reach a bar to get to the next level where things are quantified.
Yeah.
It just sometimes I wish life was like that.
For reals though, because to build your friendship points in a game, all you do is like talk to them once and then you're done.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing
You can
more to
yeah,
it.
you can wait a while. You can wait a few days in the game.
Yeah. Like, and it's like super simple. Or just give them like a cup of coffee and they're like super happy. You're like,
Yeah.
their favorite gift. And I was like, oh, that's easy. And then you move on.
Yeah, and I'm terrible at that in real life.
Me too. I'm really bad at texting. Well, because you're really bad at this, but texting
Yeah.
people back because I also don't like notification bubbles or like when it
Mhm.
when it shows I have like one message or something. So I have to read it so it goes away. And then I'll tell myself, okay,
And
don't forget to text that person
then you
back.
forget.
Yeah. And then it's like a week later.
Yeah, I've learned to get comfortable with the notification bubbles. I used to hate them, but my memory is not that good. So, but then I'll straight up leave things unread for a week.
Yeah.
I did that recently, actually, like the other day.
It's probably me.
Yeah, I think yours was like 4 days or something like
Okay. Not quite a week. No, what was I going to say? Oh, there's this thing now, I guess, on Android phones, and I think you could turn it off, but it'll have a little reminder, like if I ask a question and they didn't respond, it'll say, like, "Do you want to follow up?" Or
that.
someone
Oh,
will, yeah,
oh yeah, Google does that.
yeah, and so I'm like, do I want? I should probably keep this feature on. It's probably helpful because it does tell me also like it's so and so's birthday today. Do you want to greet them happy birthday?
Oh my gosh.
And I was like,
Oh,
oh
I rely
yeah.
on those. I'm such a terrible friend. I will not remember your birthday without help.
Yeah, that's why I save
It's really
everybody's
bad.
birthday on my calendar.
Hmm.
So,
Facebook helps me a lot.
oh, I hate Facebook. I don't have Facebook.
Yeah.
It's annoying.
Oh my gosh, we
Anyways.
should probably get back on Halloween.
Oh, yeah. Did you watch Skinwalker Ranch?
No, what's that?
I think it's on Hulu. Yeah, I think it's on Hulu. So it's just called Skinwalker Ranch. And there's this ranch. And have you heard of it? The ranch in Utah?
No, I don't think I have.
Oh, you should watch it. It's kind of
I
funny.
just I just learned what a skinwalker was like last year. I'd never heard
Oh,
of them
okay.
before.
Well, it's a show about this ranch specifically, and it's like has it's had like alien experiences, or people had like alien experiences,
Hmm.
or people like claim they saw a skinwalker, and there's just like a lot of weird things that go around
Hmm.
in just that specific area of Utah. And so this uber rich guy, like a freaking like Batman kind of guy, just has a bunch of money, just decided to buy the ranch. And
Batman kind of guy.
yeah, he just like bought this ranch, like, I don't know, out of boredom or curiosity. And he paid a bunch of like researchers and scientists and all that stuff to go out there and basically live there and like do studies and like different types of studies. And they'll go there like
What?
they'll go there for like the summer and do that. And he just like pays
What?
them.
Oh,
Yeah.
I need to watch the show.
Imagine having that much money. You're just like, I'm gonna buy this ranch.
I wish. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I skinwalkers remind me of the reason why I like heard about them is because one of my friends here, or a couple of my friends here, they went to an abandoned I think it was like an abandoned like theme park kind of thing.
Oh,
I
creepy.
think. I don't remember exactly what it was. It's pretty famous, I think. And it's in West Virginia, I want to say.
I
I
think I know
think.
what you're talking about.
Yeah, and they tried to camp there one night.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they didn't make it. They did not last.
I wouldn't.
They had some crazy experiences, and they swear up and down that they saw a skinwalker. And
That's
yeah,
scary.
and I 100% believe them. I don't remember how long they made it. I think I want to say they only made it till like midnight or maybe 2 a.m. at the latest.
Hmm.
But they ended up like leaving and staying somewhere else because it was that terrifying.
I could never. I can never stay somewhere. Like I don't even know if I want to stay at Mia's, and it's like not even that bad because her mom lives there,
I
every
know.
day. Like it's
Like
fine.
it sounds so intriguing to me, and part of me like really wants to do something like that. But at the same time, I know I would get so terrified because I get scared very easily. Very
Yeah,
easily.
same.
Do you like being scared?
I do and I don't. Like
That's my answer too.
I do because like I just love that kind of stuff. Like I love learning about the spiritual world and like different things about I don't know for like our like Native American stuff and like different like skinwalkers originated from like Native
Hmm.
Americans and all that stuff. And
Yeah.
it's just like really fascinating, but I don't know if I want to experience it in person because then it makes it real, because
Yeah.
I've never actually experienced anything paranormal.
Yeah. I like I feel like I might have, but I don't feel like I've ever experienced anything like very malevolent.
Yeah.
And that's what's scary. I'm scared of things following me
Yeah.
and not being able to escape it at all. Because that's the difference between like um like for instance movies. I usually love like the paranormal movies more
Yeah.
than I do like thrillers that involve real murders or like human monsters and stuff like that.
Yeah. They don't really
Um,
scare you. That's sad to say.
yeah,
Like people don't scare me as
yeah,
bad.
it's like a different kind of scare, but
Hmm.
paranormal things like they can follow you. Like you
They can
can't
attach
always,
themselves.
yeah, you can't just like leave the place and then you're fine for the rest of your life. Like that's not usually how it works.
Yeah.
But like humans, you can kill them and
Or,
then you're
call
good.
911 or something,
Yeah, unless they turn into a spirit after that and keep following you
Yeah.
around. But I don't see
Yeah.
a lot of movies like that, I feel like. Have
No.
you seen the movie, I think it's called Incantation on Netflix?
No. Oh, I've heard it. Like,
Oh my God. That is probably one of the scariest movies I've seen in a very long time.
really.
It's so good. Yes. And it is one of those where it like follows you.
Uh,
Yeah, which is one of the reasons why it terrified me so much. And usually I'm really good about watching horror movies by myself. I do it all the time. Like during the summer, I was watching horror movies left and right because I was kind of stuck on the couch with pregnancy sicknesses. So I was just watching a lot of horror movies. But that one in particular, I was like, I should not have watched this by myself because my friend that was over and Fabian both fell asleep like really early on in the movie. So I was essentially by myself watching this movie and I was so freaked out. And I was so scared that I was going to be like possessed or something after it.
that's why I like as much as I would love to have a bunch of land someday, I
Mm-hmm.
also love how busy our place is, that we
Yeah,
live off a busy street. I could literally just run out of my house and there would be someone
and
awake.
scream or something.
Yeah, there'd be people, around. Even
Yeah.
if it's a homeless person, like that's still a person. And we have a tiny house. I can't imagine having like a basement or like an actual
Oh
attic where
yeah.
people can actually go up into because we have like a really tiny, shallow attic.
We have a pretty large attic for how small this house is. The attic is like a probably bigger than our bedroom, or at least the same size. It's
Can you
pretty
actually
big.
go in it?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like an
Yeah, we have
actual
like the
room.
pull down ladder.
You do?
Yeah, and it sometimes does terrify me. I get a little scared going up there when Fabian's not home,
Yeah.
but sometimes I
Wait,
can't
why do
avoid.
you
Like
go up there?
we do store things up there,
Oh,
like my luggage. If I need my luggage or something, it's up there.
okay.
Um, yeah, we do kind of use it fairly often. So I find myself having to go up there sometimes, even when he's not home, especially if he's
Uh,
on like a deployment or something. Like I can't just wait 6 months
yeah.
or something. So I have to go up there sometimes, and it freaks me out if I get too in my head,
Yeah.
and I have this fear of someone like coming into my house when I'm not home
Oh,
and just
it's like
sneaking
camping
up
out.
into the attic. So I get really, and you can't turn on the light until you get into the attic.
Oh, that's even worse.
Yeah. So, and I hate that it's like staircase leading up into it.
Yeah.
So your head is the first thing
Yeah.
to come up into the attic, and then there's still like a portion of the room that's behind you. So I have to
No.
do like a quick swivel, like make sure there's nothing behind my head or
Yeah.
in front of me. And it goes back pretty deep too, so like there's plenty of hiding places in there. It's a bit terrifying.
Yeah. You need to you should because I don't know if you'll ever play it, but you should watch someone play Visage. It's like Vissage. It's a scary
Never heard of
game,
that.
but
I
like
definitely have to
there's
watch someone play it.
yeah. Because there's a part Brandon still can't finish it. There's like multiple chapters, and I don't think he's even finished the first chapter.
Um, I love watching Brandon play scary video games.
It's so
Dream.
funny. And he made like Mikey, my brother, play it one time, and I think Mikey was just like curled up in a ball in our couch, and he's just so tense and so like he's like getting sweaty and like and it's like broad daylight right now, but he was playing. He
God.
was so scared, and like at some point, he's like, "I need to take a break."
I don't know how they do it. That was me playing BioShock, which isn't really considered a horror game.
No.
And I remember I tried to play it because I loved watching Brandon play it. It's just
Yeah.
such a cool game, and I like the art and everything. And so I tried to play it one day, and I think I got about 10 minutes in, and I just couldn't because it just freaked me out so much. Like the little sister
Oh
really freaked
yeah.
me out. She
Little
was terrifying.
children are
Yeah,
scary.
even the other one. What's her name?
What, the
There's
big
a
sister?
Yeah. Is it just little your big sister? I
Yeah, I
can't
think
remember.
so.
I haven't played it or watched someone play it in a very long time.
Yeah, I think that it's just
But
a little
yeah,
sister and big sister.
they just freaked me out so much. I
But
couldn't play it.
but I was saying like you should watch Visage because one of the chapters is because you don't have to play the chapters in order, and so
Hmm.
sometimes like Brandon will try to do a different chapter instead. But there is one where someone's in the attic, and so when you're
Oh
walking around the
God.
house, you just hear footsteps coming from the attic tapping,
Oh
and then like
God.
yeah, and like they're heavy footsteps, so like sometimes debris would fall down from their
Hmm.
footsteps. So and then if you're running, it's running with you. It's so creepy.
That reminds me of one night Fabian and I were like going to bed. So we were in our bedroom, and the attic is uh I'm trying to think. I think it goes over our living room, which is right in front of our bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure it does. Um, but there was one night where we swore something in the attic like moved. Like it was a loud noise, like a loud thump or something. Like it couldn't have
Yeah.
been an animal. Like it just sounded like some large thing. Like
Yeah.
something
Not
got
like a
knocked
raccoon or
over.
something.
Or yeah. And we both looked at each other and were like, what was that? So Fabian definitely grabbed his gun and like went up into the attic just to check it out. But I was freaking out the whole time. I stayed in the room. I was like, I'm gonna
Yeah.
go in there.
No thanks. Oh,
It's
that's
so
creepy.
scary.
Brian and I stayed at a cabin in Lake Tahoe, and it's a
Hmm.
really old cabin. It used the At some point it actually used to be like a museum, and they had like
Hmm.
Native American stuff around it, and like it used to be they did something. I think they did like lumber work or something. I don't know. But anyways, they turned it to an Airbnb because the
Oh
museum
God.
didn't work out. And it was a cool cabin. Like it was really nice and it had like cool stuff in it, but there was just
Hmm.
something about it that we couldn't explain, and we didn't like being upstairs because the bed is upstairs in the loft, but they
Hmm.
had like a trundle, a
Yeah.
couch one. So we ended up just staying only in the living room because it was just so creepy. It was just like a weird energy. Like nothing happened, nothing
Yeah.
weird happened, but there was
Just
just like
feels
this,
off.
yeah, it just felt off. And we just, I don't know, it was just like a weird feeling that we got. And we're like, yeah, we can't stay here
Ooh.
again. So,
That's sometimes that's worse than something actually happening.
yeah, because you
But
can't
then you're just
explain it. Because there's nothing wrong with
yeah.
the cabin. And it's not, there isn't creepy things. Like it's a really nice cabin, but you just had this weird energy in it.
Did you look at reviews at all? Did anybody say anything about it?
No, they were like, it's beautiful. Can't wait to stay again. I'm like, you liars, all
Yeah.
liars. This can't be. There's got to be somebody else feeling this. I don't know.
Gosh. Something possessed them to write those reviews.
Yeah. But I mean,
They're
the
all
host was
fake.
super nice. I don't know. It was weird.
Oh,
But
that's
no, no
good.
one said anything. No one like put a bad review or anything. Because it was
Mm.
nice.
Ooh, ooh, that creepy feeling gives me chills.
Yeah. But I don't know, something about creepy thing. Like, I feel like in another life I'd be like gothic or like,
Yeah.
you know, because I do
Yeah.
love that aesthetic and I love
Hmm.
just learning about this stuff. And I don't know, it'd be so cool to be like connected to the spiritual world,
Yeah.
you know?
In a positive way.
Yeah, definitely in a positive way. I don't want
Not in
anything
a,
attaching to me.
yeah. I couldn't handle that.
No way.
Absolutely not.
Are you going to dress up this year? I feel like there's some
I
good
don't,
like pregnancy ones.
I know. I haven't thought of one that's like really good that hasn't really been done yet or
Oh,
overdone. But I do have this shirt that I got from a coworker who just passed it down to me, which is really cute. It's a it's a really plain like t-shirt, black t-shirt, and it just has like a rib cage and then a baby skeleton in the belly.
that's cute.
Yeah, so I have that. That's like my plan right now until unless I come up with something better. But I'm such a last minute costume person. Like
Yeah.
I have so many grand plans for costumes that I would love to do and have always wanted to do, but I'm so particular that it needs to be exactly right, which means it's going to cost a lot of money.
Yeah.
And I'm also a frugal person. Not a good combination.
No, not at
I'm a
all.
perfectionist. I'm frugal. Like I have very, very big plans that involve a lot of like complexity
Yeah.
and stuff. So just not a great combination. So I always end up doing something really like cheap and just off the fly kind of thing where I don't really have to buy much for it. So like Last year, I think this was last year, I was Karen Smith from Mean Girls.
Oh.
Her mouse costume.
Oh. Yeah, that's pretty easy.
Yeah, because I already had a black dress and all I needed was ribbon and mouse ears.
Yeah.
So that was easy. And then the year before that, I think I was like Kim Possible because I already had these green
Oh, just like green
shorts.
cargo pants.
Yeah, and like a black tank top. Or I think I was Lara Croft
Oh, yeah.
because they were shorts and not cargo pants. And I like her better anyway.
So you're basically an archaeologist.
Yeah, with weapons.
Yeah.
And then the last time that I really tried for a Halloween costume was like, I think it was like 2018 when I was Billie Eilish
Oh, yeah.
from her music video Bellyache. But everyone thought that I was Walter White and kept asking me for
What?
cocaine.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, no joke.
They
Like
thought
people
you're
were
Walter
asking.
White.
Yeah, because I
That's
wore. Cause
funny.
have you seen the music video for that?
Yeah.
She's yeah, she's dressed in like the rain
Yeah.
suit, like the
I guess
yellow
I can
rain suit.
see Walter White though because they do have to wear like the suit when they make
Yeah,
the meth and whatever.
and it's literally everybody thought that's what I was. Because
That's so
at the
funny.
time, Billie Eilish wasn't like she wasn't really famous yet. She didn't blow up until shortly after that, I think,
Yeah.
or a few months after that. Because I remember people would ask me like, "What are you going to be for Halloween?" And I was like, "I'm going to be Billie Eilish," and no one knew who I was talking about. I was like, "Are you serious?" Oh, sorry, that was June.
Oh.
So, which that one it still wasn't really like anything crazy. I just got the rain suit off of Amazon and like painted an X on it or something.
Yeah.
And I had
Super
a trash
simple.
bag of fake money. So
Yeah.
it was easy. But one of the most comfortable costumes I have ever worn because it did rain that night too.
Oh, did it really?
Yeah.
Oh, how perfect.
So I was prepared.
That's good.
And Billie Eilish liked my picture on Instagram.
Yeah, your little 50 seconds of fame
Yeah. I got like
until someone
15,000
hacked you.
or 5. I think I got like, yeah, you got like 5,000 likes on that photo. It was insane.
Mhm. Yeah. It's like the
One of
closest thing we
my,
got to someone we know being famous.
I know, it's one of my biggest accomplishments in life.
Yeah, that.
Billie Eilish liked my photo on Instagram.
Ooh.
Such a millennial.
Oh my God. Can't. My friend, when she was pregnant, I thought was a pretty good one, but
Uh-huh.
she basically was like a truck driver with a beer belly. I was like, that's
Oh my
pretty
God.
smart.
Fabian kind of wanted to do something like that for our maternity photo.
Oh.
Where I was gonna dress up in a wife beater and
Uh-huh.
like with a beer and like smoking a cigarette.
You should put like
And
rollers in your hair.
yeah, and he'd be like the pregnant one.
Oh, that's funny. Did you guys do pregnancy pictures?
Not yet.
Okay.
It's scheduled for October actually.
Oh, nice. That's
Yeah,
soon.
October 4th, 5th, 16th, 16th. What's your favorite Halloween costume
My
you've done?
favorite?
Yeah.
Um, it's kind of hard because I'm the same way. I'm also a perfectionist. I'm also cheap,
Mm-hmm.
and I also procrastinate. So I've
Yeah.
relied on my corgi onesie far too many times.
Oh, that's right. You have used that a lot.
A lot because I always have these grand ideas, but when
Yeah.
like comes time for it, I'm like, well, I guess I'll just wear the onesie.
Yeah. See, that's what I do. I have these grand ideas, but then like it gets too late and I'm like, I don't want to spend all this money.
Yeah. But I did have a good I was Little Red Riding Hood,
I think I remember that one.
and I actually had a basket, and I had my little skirt, and I had a white blouse, and it had this really cool like velvety red cape that someone from
Mm-hmm.
church made me. I have no clue where it is, but it's a really nice cape.
Oh, that's a
And
bummer. Capes are so nice.
I know it kept me warm too, because that's when back then when October used to actually be cold. Now it's still like sometimes it's still in the 80s. But yeah, I think that was my favorite one because I had my little basket, and like I would trick or treat with the basket. And mind you, this is like in high school too.
Cute.
Like,
I
but
think I remember this costume very vaguely.
yeah, it was cute. I liked it.
Yeah.
And it was all free because I had everything.
That's the best.
It really is. Because I was like, what am I going to be? But when I was little, my favorite one was my ballerina outfit. Because I really
Oh,
wanted to be a ballerina.
I had a ballerina outfit too that I loved.
Was it pink? Mine was pink.
Mine was purple. I was gonna ask if yours was purple. I feel like yours would have been purple.
Yeah, which is weird because purple was my favorite color when I was
Yeah.
little.
And pink was my favorite color when I was little. So I
We
don't
should
know
have
why mine
switched.
was purple.
Yeah, I don't know either. It was just funny though, because like back then we lived in the Bay Area, so I think the picture has me like wearing a turtleneck underneath because it was
I
cold.
was I was gonna mention that because I remember so many times costumes being ruined because it was so cold.
Yeah,
So you'd have to like put on a jacket or put something underneath. Like
yeah.
I remember one year I was Ariel. I love Ariel, and I wanted to
There's
be a
no way.
mermaid so bad. But it was one of those like really cheap costumes where it's literally like a dress, essentially, like a really long dress.
Yeah.
And then it was nude where like skin was supposed to be showing. And
Oh,
then it was painted on, like the bra was painted on and
it
the
was
tail was
painted
painted
on.
on. Yes, such a cheap costume. And that's how a lot of the kids' costumes were back then, I feel like,
Yeah,
in the 90s, early 2000s. And I feel like even now they're probably still like that, but yeah, I remember being very disappointed because my mom would make me wear like a long sleeve underneath it or something.
yeah.
Or like when I was Tinkerbell one year and I had these like high heel Tinkerbell shoes, like
Oh,
the
did
fake
you really?
plastic ones. Yeah, but then I'd have to wear socks with them
Oh,
and like pants underneath my Tinkerbell skirt. And I was
yeah.
like, this is not a real Tinkerbell.
I know. It's such a bummer having to wear like cover up. But I just really do love that quirky onesie though, because it's just so
Hmm.
comfortable and it's so easy.
Yeah, I do like being comfortable on Halloween now.
Yeah.
I would always I remember that Mad Hatter costume. I was so cold.
It looks kind of like complicated too. Wasn't there a
I'm pretty sure
corset?
I think it was. It was just weird. I remember it being kind of difficult to get on for some reason. I don't know why. And I was so cold.
Because it was like cheap fabric too, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh
It was
yeah,
like thin.
definitely. Hmm.
There is no way you would have known you were a Mad Hatter though. You kind of just look like a magician, you know?
I looked like yeah, I looked like a steampunk magician or
Yeah.
something.
Because I mean, I think there wasn't there like cards in the hat, but the hat was so
Hmm.
tiny that you couldn't even see it.
Yeah, and I think the cards like kept falling out or something like that.
Yeah.
It was
So-
terrible. Terrible. I think I got it from I think it came from Evangeline's.
oh, really?
Yeah,
Hmm.
I'm
Yeah, I
pretty
guess that
sure
would
it
make
did.
sense.
I mean, Evangeline's had a lot of those types of costumes.
I haven't been there in forever.
Yeah, that place is great. If you're ever in Sac, Old Town Sac, Evangeline's is the place to go.
I don't know if I'm getting older or what, but last time I went to Evangeline's, I think it was like a couple years ago or a few years ago
Hmm.
now. And I was like, I just couldn't. I just could not go in there. Like so many people. it's extremely packed because they're trying to put as much stuff in
Mm-hmm.
there as possible. And
Yeah.
there's
There's
just,
like no walking space.
there really isn't. Like,
There's so much going on in there.
yeah. And it's kind of
It's all
loud
it's
too.
yeah, and it's a bunch of trinkets,
Mm-hmm.
which as an adult now, like, ooh, I try not to accumulate too much stuff
Yeah.
unless it actually serves me. But it's so hard sometimes going in there because sometimes they have really cool things. And I'm like, ah, this is so cool, but there's no use for it whatsoever.
Yeah.
It would just sit somewhere.
Yeah. Like you would use it like the one time because it was cool and then that's it.
Yeah. Like I still have the last time I went there was 2019 because it was like the day after our wedding.
That's where you went the day
And
after your wedding.
yeah, yeah, I'm pretty sure it was the day after. And then we went to we went to Old Town Sac, and um, of course we had to go to Evangeline's. And I found the coolest deck of tarot cards, which I have no idea how to use, but they were
Yeah.
just so pretty. I had to have them, and I have them, but I've never used them. I was like, I'll learn how to use them. I've always wanted to learn,
You
and
should.
I still don't know. It's so confusing. It's just so
Yeah.
much to remember, and me and my memory does not work. But I periodically look at them though because they're just so pretty.
Yeah.
Sometimes they come out, I just have no idea how to use them.
I know. I want to learn. My friend did
Yeah.
a fairy reading. It's not tarot
What?
cards, but they're fairy cards. So there's different kinds of cards, and she has the fairy deck, and that's what she did. Was that reading?
Oh, what?
Okay, so a few things have come true because I'm skeptical, but I'm open,
Yeah.
and so supposedly because we've disconnected so much from the spiritual world, we don't see spirits, we don't see what's going on around us, like
Mhm.
fully see what we see. And she was explaining that fairies are all around us, and there's good fairies, there's
Mhm.
bad fairies, and um like if a bad fairy is like messing with you, for example, like maybe you lose a sock, or you keep losing things, or you're like, they like to play pranks on you, little
Oh
thing,
my
like
God.
tricks on you, or like
I'm
misplace
blaming
something.
fairies from now on.
Not my ADHD brain.
Yeah, exactly.
But so, okay, so she did the reading. And so one of the cards I got dealt with, it's a career thing. Like you will see a change in your career. They didn't say career specifically, but like in like your livelihood and like how you make money.
Mhm.
And just recently, my manager just left and her position is open
Oh.
because she also had the book to explain what the card could mean. And she was saying, like, it could mean like, a different pathway in your career. Maybe you're going to go up and take a higher position or a promotion, stuff like that. And I was like,
Mhm.
like at the time I was like, I don't know. I'm pretty content where I am. Like nothing's really changing. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I just got this job. But then she left, and like people were saying like you should really apply for that job, like you would be really good in that position. Like several people have said that to me already, like just within
Mhm.
this last week or last 2 weeks. And I was like, man, like okay, so that's just one part that's coming true, right? And
Yeah. Wait, how
then
long ago was this that you did the reading?
last year,
Mm.
like almost exactly a year. I think I went there in October.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And so because it doesn't say like when exactly things are going to
Yeah.
happen. And then I kept getting a card that said, like, that was a pregnancy card.
Oh
And I was
God.
like, oh, hell no. Because, I don't want kids. And she was saying, well, it doesn't have to be you. It could, because it was also linked to, um, like daughter, sister, like a female
Uh-huh.
person. And it just clicked in my head. I was like, wait, you're
Oh,
pregnant and
me.
you're female, and like
It would
we're
be if you said your
connected.
sister. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like,
Oh, that's
I
crazy.
mean, I don't know, but it's like that stuff have been coming true. And then
Mm-hmm.
what was the other thing? There was another thing I texted her about. It's probably too like too up our chain.
Mm-hmm.
But I had to like text her. I was like, guess what happened? And like it came true. So it was like 3 things now that's come true from that reading. So now I'm
Wow.
just like, huh, maybe there's some truth to this. How weird.
That's cool. When I went to New Orleans, New Orleans. I always feel so awkward when I say it, but
Yeah. New Orleans.
New Orleans, yeah. When I went there for the first time and the only time that I've been, which was 2020, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I was so excited to do like a tarot reading or something because I felt like if I'm going to do one, like this would be the place to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was so cool. But I'm pretty disappointed in the tarot reading that I got.
Oh no.
We tried really hard to find like an actual,
Like legit.
like reputable, no, I don't know what the term would be, but yeah, like a legit tarot reader, not just someone who's there to scam tourists, which
Yeah.
there's obviously a ton of
I'm
those because it's
sure.
so easy to do that
Yeah.
with something like this. Um, and one that didn't charge like $1 million. Oh my God, it's so expensive to get a tarot
Is it?
reading. It's
Well, especially
crazy.
there, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's like for like a 15-minute reading, maybe not even that, like just a few minutes, or like sometimes it goes by however many cards or whatever that they want to pull. But it's upwards of like $80.
Wow. Just for one
Yeah.
person.
Yeah, it's like at least 60, I think was maybe the cheapest that I saw. I'm pretty sure I paid 80.
For like 15 minutes?
Yeah. It was literally like I don't even know if it was actually 15 minutes long. But and there were 3 of us that went and did it, and it just like the shop was really cool. I liked it, but it just felt like so phony. Like the lady just
Oh,
felt kind of phony.
yeah. Like putting
And
on an act.
everything, yeah, and everything she was saying was like very generic, or like I don't even remember exactly what she had told me. She did tell me at one point that there was going to be a huge change in my life in January of the following year, like specifically January
So is that this year or next year?
of
Or when did you go?
2021. I
Oh,
went in
2021.
2020. So
Okay.
January 2021, something was supposed to happen. Nothing happened.
Nothing big.
No, nothing I can think of. Yeah. Like anything happened that year.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. That was the only thing that I like really remembered from what she said. Because it was just, she was just like kind of talking in circles the whole time.
Oh.
So I don't think there was really anything else that really was meaningful anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
That's a
But
bummer.
yeah. And I was like, man, I paid this much for that. I was so disappointed. But
Yeah, maybe she's just a scam.
yeah.
Because, like, when I did it with my friend, we did it a few times just to,
Hmm.
because she likes to do it like multiple times. And for me, I'm just
Hmm.
like, well, it's probably just random every time, but literally every time I got like the same cards.
What?
Yeah, I got the same cards pretty much every time. And you cut it for her, like she's not like
Yeah.
holding it in a certain way. Like you do the
Yeah.
cutting, you pick the cards and everything. And it was literally like the same ones.
Oh, what? Okay, I gotta go to this lady then. I'll be there in November.
Well, she lives in Utah, so
Oh, dang it.
yeah, she doesn't live here anymore. I went to go visit her.
Oh, man.
But she was saying like anyone can do it because she's not like a
Hmm.
shaman or like anything like
Yeah.
that. It's just the intention you put into it. Like you
Yeah,
have to,
that's what I hear about with tarot cards too. It's the same. Because I have a few friends here who like who are very into that stuff also, and know a little bit more about it than I do. I don't know that any of them actually can do readings, but they do like talk about that all the time, about how it's like anyone can do it.
Just
It's
go
all
to a
about
friend.
intention.
Yeah. They'd probably give you a
Yeah.
more genuine reading than the $80 one.
I know. Oh my God.
That's too bad because I've always wanted to get it done.
Yeah, but New Orleans is still like, it's great. It was such a good time. And it was
Yeah.
so cool being there in October.
Very like
It was
culturally
fun.
diverse too. And they just have their own
Yeah.
community.
Yeah. It feels like another world. Like it doesn't feel like you're in the US, really.
Yeah, if it wasn't so humid, I'd love to go there.
October was actually pretty humid still. It was very humid. I remember like, because we were there for a wedding, and I just remember like my makeup just melting off my face.
Yeah, I wouldn't even wear makeup. I wouldn't even bother.
Yeah. And doing my hair was absolutely horrible in that humidity. Trying to curl it,
Yeah.
it would just frizz right up.
That's how, like, when I went to the Philippines, I don't know now because my hair's kind of changed a bit.
Mm-hmm.
But when I was younger, it was just a giant puffball and no one knew what to do with it. They didn't know how to tame it. They tried to, like, put all this, like, stuff in it to make it straight. And I'm like, no, it doesn't. Nothing
Oh
worked.
my
It's
God.
just this giant. And my mom thought, oh, great idea. Let's cut it shoulder length.
Oh,
Oh my God, I look like a freaking mushroom.
yeah, that's what my mom kept trying to do to my hair because I have curly hair. She's like, let's cut it short. And I'm like, no, that's what makes it worse. If you don't know how to take care of it and you cut it short, you just turn into like what is it? Movie one of Harry Potter, Hermione Granger.
Oh God, yeah. They did not know how to do her hair.
Yeah, it's horrible. Horrible.
If I
And she did
find
that
that
to me.
picture, I'll send it to you.
I
It
would love to see it.
looks terrible. It makes me want to cry. I'm like, why?
And you lived with that for a while.
Like people in my family do have curly hair, but they're
Mm-hmm.
like nice curly hair. Like
Yeah.
they're like wavy or like even
Mm-hmm.
Mikey used to have like little ringlets
Mm-hmm.
and then I don't know what happened. Like they just
You got the short end of the stick.
yeah, I just got puff. And even now I'm just struggling. Like I tried a new technique which clearly didn't work
Mm-hmm.
cuz like what's this? And then like this part's just flat. I don't know. Hair is so difficult. I don't understand it.
It is. I've been working at a hair salon for 6 years and I still don't understand it. So
It's a lot of work. Because
it
even if I
is.
want it to be straight, like when I air dry my hair, it's not straight. Like it's still
Mm-hmm.
like puffy. So I don't know. It can't be straight, can't be wavy. It just does whatever it wants to do, I
It's just
guess.
puff.
Yeah, it's just puff.
It has a mind of its own.
Yeah, unfortunately. Alrighty. We're like over an hour and I don't want to edit more than that.
Oh my God, already?
Yeah. I'll, I'm just like, ugh. I have like 5 episodes I need to
Edit.
edit. Yeah.
Oh God. I feel like we didn't even like get into Halloween that much.
We
I feel like
haven't
there's so
even
much more I
touched
could
on it.
say.
I
I
know.
know.
Cause there's
Yeah.
still like because I wanted to talk about too about because we like discovered oddities and curiosities in
Oh yeah.
Expo. Me and I really want to go. Like I know you're all preggers right now, but maybe next
Yeah.
year.
Is there one while I'm in town?
I don't
I can't
know.
remember what the dates are.
Usually though, like if it's in California, it's like in San Francisco or San
Yeah.
Diego. So we would have to drive.
Yeah.
And
If
I
it's
don't
here, it's usually in Richmond.
yeah. Is that far?
Is the closest. It's like driving to San Francisco. Maybe a
Okay.
little bit longer.
Because they have a cadaver class. And I was like, oh,
They're doing the cadaver class?
remember? Like when we first, before the
Is it
pandemic,
through
I
them?
think
Oh
they had the
yeah.
cadaver class and we wanted to
Oh, I
do
want to
it,
do
but
that so bad.
they book so fast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those are expensive too.
Yeah, but
Those are
theirs
so hard to get into.
wasn't too bad.
Mm-hmm.
But it just would be cool because I don't know. I want to learn about like embalming and like
Mm-hmm.
all that stuff that, goes into that. I think I watched a whole video about it, like how they take all your guts and put it in a bag and then they just put it back in your body. Like if you're not donating it or anything. And I'm like, what's the point? It's kind of weird.
Yeah, I wanted to. Yeah, if I wasn't doing what I'm doing now, I wanted to do. I was seriously contemplating going through the ARC program
Mm-hmm.
to become like a mortician, essentially. Mortuary sciences.
Oh, that's what they're called? Mortuary
Yeah,
scientists?
yeah.
Not mortician.
Mortuary sciences is the program.
Oh.
But yeah, I thought about doing that, and then I didn't. But I'm still like trying to do autopsies for a living, so the cadaver class would be great.
It'd be interesting. The human body is just interesting.
Yeah.
And as much as like I don't condone, unethical research, like
Mm-hmm.
mad scientists are so fascinating.
Yeah. I mean, they've helped.
They have. But there's always that argument where like, should we even use their research? And I'm like, well, it's already there.
I mean, yeah,
Just
they
use
already
it.
did it. Like,
Like, is it really
bad,
unethical?
the people already suffered. At least give them a purpose.
Yeah, exactly. Don't
Yeah.
like put it to waste.
Mm-hmm.
Someone had to
Then it was
suffer
for
for that.
nothing.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I always like thought that was kind of a weird argument. Like people don't want to use, mad scientist research because it was so unethical.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, well, you're not the one doing it, and these people already suffered for it, and the data would be so beneficial for humans now.
Just don't do it in the future.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it. It's simple.
Yeah. But it's all fascinating, and like the human brain. I would have been it if I did surgery or like become a surgeon. I would want to be a brain surgeon for sure.
Oh God,
It'd be so intricate though.
that's the one thing I wouldn't want to do. The brain is so confusing.
It is. I mean, that's why I did
So confusing.
Family studies instead. I didn't want to like touch the actual brain.
Yeah, I chose for this my last semester, instead of doing neuroanatomy, I decided to do histology instead because I was like, oh, a whole semester of just the brain just sounded like a lot.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. Because there's still a lot of things we don't know about the brain,
Yeah.
People are complicated. Even though I just said how we're not unique or special.
I know.
But there's those one-offs,
Yeah.
Even murderers, have a stereotype. Like they're born in November. Most of them are men. Blah, blah, blah,
Is that a thing? They're born in November?
Yeah. So most serial killers like are born around November. Majority are male. Majority have like a tendency to kill animals, like innocent animals, not like butchering, but like, what was the other thing? Oh, like they tend to be like kind of psychopaths, obviously, but like similar to like INTJs where they act emotions, like they don't actually feel anything.
Oh yeah, like they mask it.
Yeah, they're good at masking. That's why I'm like, when I learned about INTJs, I'm like, I sound like a serial killer.
Oh my God.
I promise I am not one.
What's in that closet back there?
That's all Brandon stuff. It's just all Brandon stuff. Because I was just talking. So I did another podcast Friday. I just interviewed someone, and he's also an INTJ, INTP, something like that.
Yeah.
And he was talking about like learned behaviors, how in the workforce there's a lot of learned behaviors. And I was like, yeah, I've learned a lot of stuff I need to do. Like having to nodding, remembering to smile when talking to somebody. Because if if I didn't have any of those learned behaviors in the office, I would literally just be like monotone,
Just
staring at
deadpan
them. Yeah. Just like full on
24/7.
staring at the speaker. But I've had to learn to nod and say, uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Like your video, the first
Oh,
recorded video you posted on Instagram under your podcast.
I don't know if he posted the full video, but I don't know if I want to watch it. Because I like I was telling you, like I was legit having a great time talking to him and I was like very interested and I think I was just concentrating really hard because I do have to concentrate hard when people are talking because my brain will wander.
Yep, me too.
Yeah, so that's my concentration phase, which is kind of embarrassing. Like this is why I didn't want to record video.
Was
But
that your idea or was that the other?
no, that was his idea because so he is that's his very first episode. He's launching a
Oh,
podcast and a clothing what's it called?
clothing line.
Yeah, clothing line. Wow, brain fart. Yeah, clothing line. And so he wanted me to be the first to like help out with like doing the first
Oh,
podcast episode.
what an
And
honor.
yeah, and I know. And he wanted me to wear his shirt. So in the video I'm wearing his shirt that he designed.
Oh,
That's why it
that's
was
awesome.
video. Yeah. But man, that RBF though. I
It's pretty bad.
It's funny because the whole time I would look at my little square, because it's through Zoom, and I would be like, okay, Mia, smile. Don't forget to smile, or like grin, be interested, act like you're
Oh my
interested.
god. And then your brain's wandering.
Yeah. And then I'll go back to
And then
like
you're not paying
concentration mode.
attention. Oh my god.
That's why people don't like talking to me. Like our neighbors. God, I look like such a bitch. Like, why is she so angry all the time?
Oh my god. It's okay.
But like in reality, in my head, like no emotion. There's nothing
Yeah.
there.
Not that you want to be approached all the time anyway.
Exactly. No, Brandon has talked to our neighbors. Like we had a new neighbor. They moved in last year, last year I think. And Brandon's
Hmm.
talked to him several times, and I've talked to him maybe like 3 times.
That's usually how it works. I'm that person that even avoids eye contact so I don't have to wave.
Yeah. Because Brandon, he'll wave at everybody, smile,
Hmm.
nod. And I'm like, at first, when we were, a long time ago, I was like, oh, do you know that person? He's like, no. Like, he just waves at people. He's just friendly. I'm like,
Fabian freaking goes fishing with our neighbor.
really? I could see that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I had to tell you this one story. When was it? I think it was like 4th of July or some type of holiday. I can't remember. But
Uh-huh.
Brandon went outside because there's like a bunch of noise outside. And I think he had to grab something from the truck, anyways. And he went
Uh-huh.
outside and it didn't dawn on me, but I was like, it's been almost an hour and he hasn't come back inside. Guess where he was?
Was he talking to the neighbors?
He was hanging out at our neighbor's house, like legit inside the house, drinking
Inside
beer
the
with them.
house?
Yeah, just hanging out with them.
What?
I was like, why does this happen? Why are you so social?
It's so weird to me because he doesn't seem like such like a social person, but he just is.
Yeah. But he was just like having a beer with them. Just he learned a lot about them. And then he got like he already has their phone number. So he got like their Steam account username and
Oh my
all
god.
this stuff. And I was like,
That's like my nightmare.
because I was like, where the hell is he? It's like been almost an hour. And I
Oh
don't know
my
why I didn't
god.
notice that he was gone, but I was like, huh.
Oh. Oh. I mean, I'm thankful for Fabian for making friends with like Joe and Erica because she ended up being one of my best friends.
Yeah.
But the thought of that is just terrifying to me.
Yeah.
Just being invited by my neighbors into their house, because then I'm like, how do I escape? Like, what if it's not a pleasant time? And then your neighbors, so you can't ever get away from them after that.
Yeah, exactly. Like our one neighbor keeps trying to invite us over for dinner, which I
It's so
mean,
awkward.
they seem like very nice people, but I'm also very just like, I have social anxiety, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's hard to meet new people being me.
Yeah.
But Brandon, yeah, talks to them all the time. And or I went inside like really fast because all he said was like, I just waited and said good morning, and then like went inside. And
Yeah.
Brandon's like, you didn't talk to them? And I'm like, why would I talk to them? It's
Yeah.
7 o'clock in the morning. Don't talk to
I don't
me.
even I don't even know like what most of our neighbors look like, because I avoid eye contact. So
Yeah.
I don't want to look at them. So I have no clue what they look like. Except for the only one that I know is the one that Fabian goes fishing with, because
Hmm.
we'll be coming home from grocery shopping or something, and he'll be outside and Fabian will start talking to him.
Oh.
And I'm like, do I join in the conversation or do I ignore it and continue putting the groceries away and just leave? I
No.
never know what to do. And normally I'm just that awkward person that just kind of like stands there for a couple minutes, but then I'm like, I'm not really in the conversation and I don't really know how to join the conversation and I don't really want to. So then I stand there for a couple minutes and then I just dip.
Oh my god, I never know what to do because that happens too. Like same situation when we came back from grocery. I was literally
Uh-huh.
holding a bag of grocery, and you know, it's we have the paper bags, so we don't do plastic bags here. And I was just like whole cradling this paper bag because it's got a bunch of stuff in it. And
Oh
Brayden
my
started
God.
talking to our neighbor, and I'm like, do I stand here? So I literally just
Yeah.
stood there and just nodded, pretending like I was interested in the conversation. And it must have been my face, but the neighbor was like, oh, well, I see you're like putting grocery. I'll leave you guys alone. But it's nice talking to you guys. And I was like, oh, thank God, this thing's
Oh my
heavy.
God. Oh, and I gotta tell you one story real quick. This is actually Halloween related.
Oh, nice.
Um, yeah, and this is a story about an introvert alone on Halloween. But David was on deployment, and I had just gone grocery shopping, and I was trying to go before it got dark.
Mm,
That way I can hole up in my house, and because I didn't want to do the whole trick-or-treating thing,
hmm.
being alone, and then with the dogs, like them barking at the door every 5 seconds if a kid
Yeah.
came up. So I was like, I'm gonna go grocery shopping. I'm gonna get back before it gets dark. I'm gonna turn all my lights out, and I'm just gonna chill the rest of the night. I get back. It's like just about getting dark, but there's still a good like 45 minutes of sunlight, maybe even more. And I park the car. I take all my bags of groceries out, which I have tons of bags of groceries, and more than like a trip. And I like take
Yeah.
like 20 bags a trip. And so I unload my car completely, so I have them just sitting out on the ground, and there's people trick-or-treating already. But I'm like, well, I look
Oh,
busy,
maybe they
so
won't
maybe
bug
I'll be
you.
fine. No, these parents let their little kids come up to me. I wasn't even at my door. I was literally at the trunk of my car
Oh, jeez.
unloading groceries, and these little kids come up to me and they say trick or treat, and the parents are staring at me, and I
Oh
don't know what to
no.
do. I'm like, I haven't even unlocked my door yet to get
Oh,
into my
jeez.
house. Yeah, and these parents are looking at me like, "Are you going to give my kids candy?" And I'm like, "What is happening?" And it's like a big group of kids.
Oh my
I'm just
god.
so confused. And so I'm like, uh I thought I think I had like half a bag of candy for some reason. I think from when I was baking something or whatever, but it wasn't good candy. It was just like scraps. So I ran into the house really quick and I was like, I don't know if I have anything. And then I came out and I gave them each like one piece of candy because I had barely any candy.
Oh.
But I was like, "Are you kidding me?" And so I was sprinting those groceries into my house. I was trying to move as fast as I could because there were more kids coming down the block, and I was like,
Oh,
"Why?
jeez.
Why is it so busy already?" And then I just like shut the door, shut out all my lights, and just watched movies for the rest of the night.
These
But that was so
people.
irritating. I was looking at the parents like, "Are you serious right now?" And they're just standing there, watching.
Yeah.
Like,
They've shut it
I
off.
mean,
They were no longer a parent. They're just
no.
like walking their kids down the street.
Yeah, I was so confused. I really could not believe that that was happening at that moment.
I'd
I
be
was
so
clearly not
irritated.
ready. Yeah. I don't
Like,
know if they just assumed that I went to the grocery store to go buy a bunch of candy for
oh,
trick-or-treaters and they
maybe.
got to me first.
But it's
So,
like,
I don't
don't you
know.
see I'm busy? Like, come back
Yeah,
later.
I literally had probably 20 bags of groceries on the ground, like trying
Dang.
to get them into my house.
Lesson learned. Don't go grocery on Halloween.
Yeah, get back well before the sun
Yeah.
goes down. Well before.
We don't get trick-or-treaters.
Oh, we have so many here.
Really?
Crazy. Yeah. It surprises me every time because I don't feel like we have a lot of kids in the neighborhood, but it gets very busy here,
Dang.
which is kind of nice. And I would love to do something when you're, like those people that sit out front and have a fire
Yeah.
and like have the bowl of candy. I'd like to be
Yeah.
one of those people, just chilling and then giving candy to little kids.
I just remember when we were all living in the house together. And remember we bought a
Hmm.
bunch of candy and we were so
Oh yeah, we
excited.
didn't. Yeah, we didn't get
Yeah.
anything.
And we hung out in
We
the
got like
garage and
two.
everything.
Hmm.
And the only people that came were these like dudes that were probably our age. It was just like three dudes. And we just gave them a bunch of candy.
Yeah, that was really sad.
Yeah. We were so ready because like our first Halloween, first Halloween as adults, renting a house. Like, yeah, but
Oh,
no one showed up. That's because the kids here go to rich neighborhoods for
yeah.
Halloween.
I mean, it's not a bad idea.
No, they give out like the big candy. They don't give you like
Yeah.
the little snack size ones.
I feel like we did that at one point too. Go to the nice neighborhoods.
Yeah, I think we did that too. They just give out better candy,
Hmm.
you
Yeah,
know?
when you get like a full bar of Snickers or like a Kit Kat, that was gold to me.
I just remember my sister, when we used to live with her, she would go through our candy to check if
Hmm.
it's safe.
Yeah.
But then she just picks the one that she likes.
Rude.
I know. Because we lived also in a kind of a small town too. And I'm like, we know everybody. Like, we all know each other. We all go to school together.
Yeah, no one's poisoning people.
Yeah. Like, I think it would be huge news if that happened.
Apparently, that's like kind of a myth. Like, it's actually incredibly rare. There's only like one instance of that ever happening
Oh, really?
that's like been actually recorded. Yeah, I remember watching like a documentary. I don't know if it was specifically about that or if it was just about this man who did it one year. I think he was targeting like a specific child or something like that.
Mm,
I don't remember the details. I watched it a long time ago, but they said like in the documentary, they're like, this is where that myth came from,
mm,
that candy is like unsafe on
yeah.
Halloween and that you should check it. But it actually like never really happens.
Yeah. I feel like that happens a lot with a lot of things.
Hmm.
Like, people just freak out because of that
Yeah,
one time.
it just escalates.
Yeah.
I feel like it happened in like the 70s or something, maybe 80s.
And people
I
just
don't
have
really know.
freaked out ever since.
Someone fact check that.
Okay. Well, now it's almost 2 hours. From when I said, like, I don't
I'm
want to
sorry.
edit more.
I know.
It's okay.
I
I
can't
haven't
talk
talked
to
to you
you
in a
very
long time.
often. Yeah.
I know. And you never text back, so in our group. Or you don't text for a long time, but when you do, it's just like a
It's like
long
a lot.
chain.
It's rapid fire.
Yeah, and then it stops for a long time.
That's how my brain works. Yeah, I was getting those
Yeah.
friendship points, Mia.
Gotta log them in.
Yeah. Like acorns. I'm just putting them away
Yeah.
until the next time.
Thanks for making it to the end. If you enjoy what you hear and want to stay up to date on the show, please follow me on Facebook and or on Instagram. You can also check out my website at thetalkativeintrovertpodcast.com. All the information will be on there as well as in the show notes. If you want to help support the show, please review and rate the podcast and share it with your friends and family. Thanks so much, and I'll talk to you guys in the next episode.